Hello, this is Tam the Tampy OTC channel, and I have to yell loud in my dang microphone because apparently I am super quiet. I am sorry for that, but I have to be either super close to my microphone, but then you hear me breathe into it really creepily, or or just this weird sound problems. But this is the 13th game throughout a span of 15 videos on my top 15 games of this year, 2016. So keep in mind where the game placements are and that I will mostly have first-person shooters in these first couple videos. But that I don't necessarily hate them. I'm just sort of bored of first-person shooters. So you can obviously see what this game is. Titanfall 2 is at number 13. It was the better of the three shooters that launched around the same time. I loved its sci-fi aspect. The problem with COD was the whole wall running and all that it took from games like Titanfall, but due to the fact that it's doing free season pass related stuff, it has great graphics and gameplay as an actual campaign. Their Respawn Studios, I believe, is actually paying attention to their fans, and it's on multiple systems now instead of just an Xbox exclusive, which is a little weird, but it's still cool and it gives more variety to players and more people to play and pay attention. It's a great Titanfall game. Now, people still apparently argue that Titanfall 1's better, even though that is clearly not true. This is so much better. It has a great campaign. It has the better of the three shooters that I feel, even though once again it's a short campaign, you can beat it easy. But I love the alien aspect. I love the graphics. I love the the sort of bond between you and your Titan, and it's got a great campaign as far as it goes. Uh, Great bosses and enemies, fun sections, very different sections, doesn't hold you by the hand like most games. very, very cinematic, and there's a lot to how you can play Titanfall 2, which is really awesome. Well, when it comes to the single player, it's definitely very gorgeous. I've sort of talked about it a little bit in the beginning of this video, but it's definitely holds my attention more than the other campaigns. With an interesting storyline, your bond once again with you and your Titan, the characters, the graphics, how everything contributes to your battle, the different sequences, and how they play out is all amazing and very cinematically gorgeous. Music and sound effects are awesome. The gameplay, the running on walls, and the use of the aliens and scenery was really cool. And this is when I saw Halo 5 and that it had an awful campaign in my opinion. This was the game that had a better campaign that I could really enjoy, and I thought of as what Halo 5 should have done. Not necessarily because it's not Halo 5, but it is better than Halo 5 in that factor. Um, another thing is a lot of games try to be like Titanfall, and it's actually a lot of people mention that when they see stuff like COD's multiplayer and they see running on the wall, the first game they think of is Titanfall. Because it does that. Even though there's been plenty of games in the past, but they're mostly action-adventure games where people run on walls, like Prince of Persia or Ninja Gaiden. But as a first-person shooter, it's one of the first to really make that a thing to its gameplay. And there's some crazy stuff you can do in this game as well. When it comes to the multiplayer, it's similar to what you do in Titanfall 1, but with more to it. Respawn has definitely added more to the campaign. I'm sorry, the multiplayer. But yes, the campaign too, because it's not this weird multiplayer mixture, which is good. Would have been cool to have a co-op mode though, but I won't ruin its campaign by saying that, so forget that. Forget I said it. But I've seen people do some amazingly crazy things in the multiplayer. How fast you can be using just the wall running and jetpacks and all that all together, and just all this other insane stuff you can do. The close quarters combat is amazing. The different weapons, grenades, really add a great effect. The types of weapons, like uses of weapons towards when you have to combat a Titan or when you combat other players or just grunts or something. There's a lot of cool effects and abilities to the multiplayer, and it feels very cinematic, but the action's like going on more in your face and it's more real, where other, like COD for example, doesn't really do that all that much. And playing as a Titan, even though there's some problems like the Titans feel a little weaker, or there's a problem with how the Titans are used in this game compared to the others,